Okay, so today I'm going on the bicycle for about 5-6 hours, and I've been doing that about once every week and a half, every 2 weeks. Yeah, nothing amazing. Yeah, so one earphone in one ear, just listening to audiobooks and German, French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. Maybe Russian, but it's better if I read that as well while I do that, or it just sounds like a bunch of noise and I can't understand. So, yeah, here is my little setup. So I've got 2 bottles of coconut water in here. So in total, I've got 3 20-ounce bottles of water, 3 bottles of sports drink, just sugar, some electrolytes, 3 bananas, and I'm planning on that getting me to about maybe the first 2 hours, then I'll stop somewhere and get some more stuff. I don't know how people can bicycle forever on very little. Damn, I forgot to oil the chain. The chain's not looking so great. Yeah, so let's get going and I'll take some shots along the way. Okay, so I'm on this, this is called, what's it called? Wenhe or Wenyu, something like that. And this is the little road and a trail over there that follows it. Maybe it goes about 10 miles or 15 kilometers or so. At least that's the part that I'm familiar with. Walking in the shade. Yeah. It's about 40 kilometers of biking so far. 2 hours of German, listening to Aragon. Fun stuff. I'll probably listen to Spanish next. There'll be a lot of critics out there. Why learn a language if you're not going to enjoy the literature in its own language? Well, I guess I'm not as good in those languages yet, so I'm listening to audiobooks and stories I'm familiar with. So Game of Thrones for Spanish, El Juego de Tronos. Yeah, really good listening to the same story in several languages. Yeah, looking for a place a bathroom of sorts. Okay. Yeah, so this guy lives by a river at the end, and 이거 봐. Yeah, 이거. It's a bit yeah, so it's a bit yeah, so this stuff, like the honey, I think it's mixed with corn syrup because it just mixed with water. It's really liquidy. There's bee pollen right there in the middle, but this, I don't think you can fake that. Really good stuff. If you mix it up, it's nice and thick with the beeswax, and you can eat it immediately. It's not overly sweet. Yeah, will be a treat. This was 80 RMB, something like $12 or $13. Yeah, good stuff. And there's one that's down there swarming with bees. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so I'm coming from inside the city and bicycling through the central business district right now. Yeah, so cool building there. Car trying to turn. No. Yeah, good stuff. More buildings there. And yeah, just been listening to Aragon so far. Just with one earbud in, of course, so I can hear the cars around me. The car wants to go. Yeah. Oh, buildings over there on the left. A cluster of buildings over there is about where I usually work. The cluster of buildings is where I usually have work when I'm doing face-to-face work, face-to-face Salta. Yeah, so far I've listened to about almost 4 hours of German audiobook. Yeah, I've got about 20 more kilometers to go before I get home. Probably need to take a long way so that I get 100 kilometers in. Malls. Alright. Go really fast through here. I'm in a car right here. This road up here is Long Peace Street, Chang'anjie. Maybe it's not quite Chang'anjie yet, but let's go further west to get there. See? Isn't that pretty? It's probably rush hour, or as rush hour as it can get on the weekend. Ideally today I would have listened to several more hours. I mean, not several more hours, but other languages. But I've been trying to get the Aragon book finished so I can listen to other things. So about 75 kilometers I guess so far. Maybe 70 kilometers or 5 kilometers ago I stopped by a newly opened Taco Bell. Public transportation here is so good. They really move the people around. This is the third ring road up there. So I follow that all the way to the south point, and then I start going south past the fifth ring road a bit more. Alright, come on, don't cause an accident now. Okay. Alright, isn't that nice? They've got these bicycles too that you can ride. You scan it with your phone and you can rent it for a few hours for a couple of dollars or so. Really convenient. Let's see. Boring stuff here because it's what is it? I guess that's a train track right there. The place up here further is called Shuangjing, and it's also a businessy kind of district. Lots of malls. Come on. Like using a phone and I can still go faster than these people. Yeah, so traffic's pretty bad like this around this time of the day, and it's at 8. It starts to clear up around, I don't know when it clears up. It starts to clear up further south when I get out of the city. This is not a good place to have a car, but it's a good place to not have a car because the public transportation is so good. Alright, I'll pull the phone out a bit further on. It sounds like it's more of like a sightseeing in Beijing rather than language learning, isn't it? Alright, I'll think of something language learning related I can share here. No bus. Okay, so getting close now to where I live. I'm at like 97 kilometers. I'm running a red light because I'm bad. Something like almost 5 hours of German audio I listen to. Yeah, I can understand most of it. And yeah, honestly, this month, this whole month, I haven't been doing the 15 minutes a day minimum for each language. I've been, I've split the languages into different groups. I've got a group for Sinocentric languages, ones that either have Chinese characters or used to use them, Vietnamese, Japanese, Mandarin, and Slavic. So right now there's only Serbo-Croatian and Russian, and a group called Others, which includes Arabic, Turkish, and Thai. And that's a red light. I'm very safe. And so, back on track. So, as I was saying, and I've got the Germanic group, which includes German, Dutch, Norwegian, Old English, and the Romance group, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Latin, Catalan. So far this month I've been mainly doing, I've been trying to do something significant, like an hour in each of those big groups. And then the rest of the time just listening to audio. Pretty sure an insect went into my vocal cords just now. So, I'm going to try to get up early, even if I'm really tired, and just start another, once you get up really early a few times, then you'll want to go to sleep earlier. So then I'll start up a new cycle of doing that. And I think try to balance out work in those languages I've been neglecting. And then that's in the early morning hours, wee hours of the morning. And then the rest of the day, watch or listen or read passively instead of sitting down and actually studying. This right here is the community where I live in. I've almost got 100 kilometers here. So I'm just doing a lap here until I get 100 kilometers. Pretty quiet here, relatively. That guy's got garlic in the back of his bike thing. Yeah. So the roads here are relatively quiet, and this is the eastern entrance of my community. It's got those rentable bicycles, and got a little station right there. Before I mean, now the situation is pretty light now with COVID-19. So, yeah, no one's checking temperatures really, or making sure that you have a little entry permit that everyone had before. It's pretty lax right now. You still see lots of people with masks. Okay, so I've got just 1 more kilometer to go, really. It'll be slightly over 5 hours. I don't understand. Sometimes on the bicycle, I usually average 24 kilometers an hour, but or 28 or 26. But then with all the traffic lights and stuff, it averages out to about 20 kilometers an hour. Yeah. So not sure if I'm going to do another bicycling video. If I do, maybe I'll get more of the scenery and choose more specific topics for language learning or language teaching, maybe. I don't know. Thanks for watching if you've watched the whole thing. Next time.